Did you get a chance to see the Tupac biopic, Eyez On Me?
I did.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Can you give us a review on that, what your thoughts are?
Well, my thought is, well, first I gotta say, since I'm grown and since I'm from that era, I understood before I even watched this movie that there is nobody who could have played Tupac. There's nobody that could have played Tupac. I mean, you know, to put you in a mind frame of, that's Tupac. He had the look. But I kind of really think if the nigga had 50 Cent swag and Pac face, I ain't gonna lie, I even go as far as to say is if 50 would have shaved this shit and played Pac, it would have been a little bit more believable to me. But, you know, before I give my review, I just gotta say that motherfuckers need to stop, you know, looking at him, judging him on his, I'ma call it Pacment, looking at his Pacment and being like, man, that's some hard ass shit. You gotta understand, Pac was a motherfucker that you cannot reincarnate. Can't nobody play this nigga, period, except Pac. So I watched the movie at the premiere in the mind frame of, it's not gonna really be Pac, bro. So don't come in here with your ass on your shoulders with that, nigga, this some bullshit. So I'm looking at the movie for what it was, and even though there was a lot of falsehood to it, I was entertained by the story. Most of the shit, all of the real shit, I knew to be for a fact, especially all the times where he was, you know, like outside of the court scene when he was saying, you know, I'm a businessman and you know that because you find me in my places of business. His demeanor, the way he was moving his body, even when he was doing hit 'em up with the same fucking pants on, the same body movement, the shit said Pac while Pac voice was playing. But when it came to actual dialogue, you were like, okay, well, this not Pac. This not Pac. But for what it was in its entirety as a biopic, I appreciated it.
Did you see the NWA biopic?
Yes.
Straight Out of Compton?
Yeah.
How do you rate this as far as biopics in comparison to that? How do you rate this movie in comparison to all-time best hip-hop biopics? The NWA one was critically acclaimed. A lot of people loved that one. A lot of people said that might have been the best one so far.
I mean, I would have to agree. I would have to agree simply because I'm not gonna say it's cheating. I'm gonna say that it was fortunate that these people that were being portrayed here were here to tell a motherfucker how to play them. Everybody except for Eazy.
That's a good point.
You feel me? They're here. Dre is telling old boy, and then you got Cube's son who looked just like fucking Cube, sound just like Cube. This shit was fucking awesome. He sound like Cube. He sound like the nigga on death certificate when he talk. And I'm like, this shit is dope as fuck. And you know, the nigga who played Dre kind of looked like Dre. Everybody looked at like the person they were playing, and what set it apart was you actually had, like if somebody playing Zero, I can be like, hey, right here, I slap people like this. I don't just slap. I turn my shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a prettiness to it. You gotta, and it's a follow through like golf. You feel me? Whereas a motherfucker, if I'm dead, a motherfucker be like, ah, nigga, fuck you, and just some little weak ass slap. I'm like, nah, you gotta put some swift to it. So I would have to rate NWA, you know, no disrespect, because Pac music to NWA music, I don't want to say put it on a Libra scale, but I was listening to more Pac than I did NWA. But the NWA picture, the Pac movie can't see that. That's in my opinion. But I would watch Pac over and over and over and over and over and over, just like I watch NWA over and over and over and over and over. But I would have to agree with the masses on that and say, thus far as rap music, ain't nothing seeing on NWA right now.
Now, who would you want to see? Obviously, when a movie like this comes out, there's always talk about who people want to see next. And I've heard Master P's working on a biopic of himself. Is there anybody you want to personally see a biopic of, movie-wise, or are you cool with what's already taken place already?
I would love to see Bob Marley's story. I would love to see Bob Marley's story. You know, Biggie's shit was cool. It was cool.
Do you want a redo on that one?
A
lot of mixed emotions on that movie.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, like, you know, I actually spent like 3-4 months with Jamal Woodard. Like after he came to Houston and lived with me for a little while, we was recording and shit.
Oh wow!
And I got to really see that he was the perfect dude to play Biggie in my eyes. Maybe some of the other actors could have been, you know, I don't know about, you know, I fuck with, what's his name, Derek Luke, but I don't know about playing Puffy. But the shit was cool. But I would love to see Bob Marley's story because motherfuckers thought that was just reggae music. They ain't knowing this man getting shot and doing a concert while he bleeding and shit, and, you know, his political, how motherfuckers was getting murdered through politics down there. Like, that'll be some shit to, I mean, that'll be the real shotters in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? From the musical standpoint, I would love to see Bob Marley's story. I would also love to see, who else would I love to see? And then, of course, me being from Houston, I would love to see the DJ Screw story. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see that. Even if I'm not portrayed, I want to see his real story, you know, and for what he did for our culture, you know, down there. So I would love to see that, Screwing Bob Marley.
If it came time to do a Zero biopic, do you see anybody playing you? Have you ever thought about it?
I actually do, but I think he might be older than me, so I don't know how that would work. But I mean, the attitude of Bokeem Woodbine, I really think would massacre my shit.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I think he would massacre my shit. I really do, because he's not like an actor to me. He's just like a real nigga that they give a script every now and then. And roles like Caught Up, I'm like, that's some shit I would have done. Yeah, nigga, put on a super nigga vest, nigga, and, you know, shit like, I mean, the man is acting even in I Ain't Mad at You. Like, he's convincing. And one thing I've always done is, and I live by, if I can't convince you of this shit in a song, that mean I ain't did it before. The way he acts, his reaction, his voice, his tone, I mean, he goes high when it's time to be high. His surprise face is really his surprise face, and the nigga ain't doing too much laughing. And I know me, I'm trying to limit my laughs to 2 a week and my smiles to every Thursday type shit. And I know that he can embody that shit.